Bravo. The name here is Scott, and I'm pedestrian mobile in the southern Philippines. Back to you.
Yes, all copy there, Scott. All copy there, Scott, from the Philippines, and walking, I suppose, or riding in the car. And my name is Ernie, and that's Echo Romeo November India Echo, and I'm in the northeast of England, just outside the city of Newcastle. Just outside the city of Newcastle. Do you copy? No problem?
Yeah, no problem, Ernie. You're putting out a very good signal there. It's 5 and 9 this end. Yeah, my QTH is somewhere called Davao City, Delta Alpha Victor Alpha Oscar. I've got to spell that one out, which is in the big island of Mindanao in the southern Philippines. The time is about 6:20 in the evening here. It's dark, but it's been a very nice day, as predictably it would be in the Philippines. So everything's fine here. I wonder what you're up to today, Henry. Back to you.
My name Join, G4 Papa Echo Fox in London. Name is Winston. Hello there.
Yes, all copy there, Scott. No problem. Yes, it's very dark over there. Well, it's about 11:30 in the morning here, just outside the city of Newcastle, and it's not a very nice morning at all. We've had watery sunshine, and we've had the odd shower, and it isn't very warm. It is October, and I suppose we can't expect anything else. We've had a lovely summer here, but it's disappointing when it turns for the worst. Getting dark in the evenings and dark in the mornings, and not doing anything today. I'm waiting for the service engineer coming to service my central heating. I've got no central heating on, waiting for him coming, and I'm just sitting alone in the house with my son's little dog. I've got to lend him a little dog today. Back to you, Scott. Delta Uniform 9, stroke Golf 6, Oscar Juliet Bravo, from Mike 5, Echo Romeo November. It's Ernie up in Newcastle. Back to you, Scott.
Yeah, I think we have Winston on the side here. Would you like to come in, Winston?
Very kind of you, Scott. G4 Papa Echo Fox, and hello to Ernie. Luckily, we've got our boiler central heating under a contract, so anything goes wrong 24/7 and they're here. But anyway, nice to hear you. I hope Scott and you, Ernie, are both well. I don't know if I've worked with you before, Ernie, but I heard you on stock, and that's why I called in. I do hope you and the family are well, and I wonder if you heard from David at all. I don't remember his call sign, but he's over there in Mindanao. David McQuain, I'm sure you know who I mean. He's also a very, very good friend of mine. And we're not too bad. I've actually got a blasting cold, believe it or not. That's on my voice. Probably doesn't sound quite back to normal. I'm very blocked up. But we're keeping quite busy otherwise. And I had a bit of a disaster last Wednesday. My IC7100 had smoke and flames coming out of it. The capacitor went down, and that's gone back to ICOM. It's nobody guaranteed, fortunately. Anyway, I hope all is good over there.
Yeah, I'll copy Winston. Sorry to hear about the radio going up in flames, but it sounds like you've got it back to be repaired, so that's the main thing. Sadly, I don't know the gentleman you're referring to, but that's the way it is. But I'm just wandering about here enjoying the quiet of the Philippines night. Just where I'm walking now, there's a fruit tree. I don't know what sort of fruit it is, but there's very big bats, big fruit-eating bats, flapping about in the leaves, and they're making a big fuss trying to eat all this fruit, and then they spit the stones out onto the ground. I'm just watching one now great big creature, about half the size of a cat or something. Big thing. Anyway, enough of that. You don't want to hear about that in the UK. I'll put you back over to Ernie.
Yeah, I'll come back to you there, Winston. No, we haven't worked before, and I'm relatively new to this system, so I'm still on the learning curve. Although I have, plenty of radios in the shack, I'm just trying this little tablet out, and it seems to work okay. I know a lot of people say it isn't radio, but and I believe that as well. But it is a form of communication, and I'm just clicking about and messing about, and yes, I have my heating on a contract, and I was out last night, and when I came in, it just didn't. So I've phoned in later on last night, and they said they're coming this afternoon. So I've got everything exposed, all the sheets is off, and all the lofts is open, and the rudder's up, ready for them to go and sort it out. I think it's only the pirate light, so from what I hear, it could be one or two little simple things, and as long as it's nothing major, but I pay monthly, so it's all paid for. So I think that's the gas man coming down the street now, so I'm going to say 7-3 to your boat, and I'll have to go in attendance and get this all fixed up, okay? So 7-3 to you, Scott, in the Philippines, and thanks for coming back to me, pleasure to work with, and I'll catch you further down again. And thanks to you, Winston, for coming back for the first time, and who knows, we might even tie up again. So I'll say 7-3 to both stations, and I'll go clear and less call. So 7-3 everybody from Mike 5, Echo Radio November. It's only just outside the city of Newcastle in the northeast UK. Bye-bye, 7-3.
738 family, and hope we work again. Look forward to it, and I'm on to Oz 4, Operator Fox. Still there, Scott, but if you're not, or if you're listening, I wish you 738 and the family as well. Cheers, mate, God bless.
Yeah, no problem, Winston. I'm still wandering about here, listening to you guys. The central heating and the boiler repair, of course, is nothing to me. It's not something I ever need to worry about. Never have heating here. But the opposite applies. We've got aircon units, and they tend to break just the same and needing looking after. Back to you.
Operator Fox, I wasn't sure if you were still there, but anyway, it's nice to work you again. It's been a while. But absolutely delighted to be on there. And as I say, I wonder if you've heard anything from David. I got a landline from him, not that long ago, and I think he was okay. But we've always been very good friends, of course. Anyway, I'll make this a final, because I've got a few I have to do. And I'd like to stay longer, but you know what it's like. Longer, well, I couldn't resist saying hello. So I wish you 7-3. James family, God bless them. I'll look to you again very soon. E4 Papa Echo Fox.
Okay, Winston. 7-3 from Delta Uniform 9, Short Golf 6, Oscar Juliet Bravo, Davao City, Southern Philippines. This station going back to monitoring. Yeah. the station calling in, you've got a very weak signal this end. Would you like to try again?
Yeah, I wonder if that's any better. Golf Whiskey number 6, Sierra Tango Kilo. Can't heard you for a while, Scott. The name is Robert, over.
Hello, Robert. How are you doing? Yeah, I do recall. I take ups and downs with HubNet. Often I'm busy with things in the kind of real world, if you want to use that term. And though I love radio, I sometimes get engrossed with a bit of construction. What I've done now is, in fact, just this evening, and maybe you could give me a signal report. I got an old Motorola taxi radio sent from the UK, and I'm using that as a node radio, but I'm putting 10 watts into a collinear up on the roof, so that will give HubNet coverage over really quite a large amount of the town I'm in, I hope, because we're in a nice position here, and I'm going to circulate it round a bit and try and get some of the local amateurs involved. But the amateur radio scene here is not like the UK. There's no repeaters here, for example, and the 2-meter band's a bit congested, but we'll see how it goes. It was good fun putting it all together, of course. I wonder how your life's going. Back to you.
On that stuff, yeah, everything's fine this side. Yeah, if you recall, usually the call is Hotel Sierra. I think we've had many contacts when we've been over at the other location in Thailand. So if that rings a bell, Scott. And yeah, there's just like a bit of vibration on the microphone. It's hard to describe, like over deviation, just rattling the background on the mic there, Scott. But yeah, over this side, and yeah, just about getting ready to get the dust off the suitcases and head back over again. Not been too good from this side, but bits and pieces. I have a few good days, and then it goes back to rain as per normal. So looking forward to getting back to some sunshine like yourself. Golf Whiskey 6 Sierra Tango Kilo.
Yeah, I'll copy, Robert. We're like peas in a pod, really. Both kind of expats. But the difference is I never go back to the UK. Well, not never. I went, in the 10 years I went back about 2 months back, but quite honestly I was glad to come back to the Philippines. I guess just because I'm used to my life here. I'm pedestrian mobile at the minute, so I'll just stand still for a second and see if that improves the signal. I'm still going to set up the Motorola a little bit more. I thought the sound was okay. I set it up on the All-Star Hamvoic software. There's various means of setting it up on that, but you never actually know until someone actually tells you live on the air how good the signal is. And hopefully this node's going to go out over quite a distance, so I want it to be good quality. Back to you.
Right, okay, fine. Yep. Occasionally it goes clear, and then there's just a little bit in the background. So yeah, I'd be glad to get back. Just over this side, seeing the family and a grandson. So yeah, got a hand full, but yeah, he's great. So yeah, he'll probably miss us when we go back. But yeah, hope you're all okay that side. And I think, going back a while ago, I think we had a show and you were doing something with the plumbing, with the aircon or something, if I remember, Scott, over. Golf Whiskey 6 Sierra Tango Kilo, standing by.
Yeah, just make sure you can hear me okay, Robert. You got me?
Yeah, Roger, yeah, I lost you just as I passed it back to you. So the box dropped out somewhere. But yeah, I think you were doing a bit of maintenance and odds on the QTH there. A few things that were foxing over.
Well, I'm always up to something, Robert, but as you know, the aircon's a big deal here. It makes a difference between a comfortable life and an uncomfortable life. Please excuse the dogs. That's the Philippines burglar alarm. Just got a few dogs and they bark like mad when anyone comes round, you know. But there we go. Well, what I was saying in the last over is that the Philippines has the advantage that more people speak English. When I was in Thailand, I didn't find so many people speaking English. Do you think that's the case? Back to you.
Golf Whiskey 6 Sierra Tango Kilo. Where we are, out in, we're up north, and we live in a small, tiny hamlet. So, yeah, there's only myself there generally, and all the rest are locals. So, yeah, there's one or two do speak English there. Especially the one of the family that we got the house from. He travels all around the world and he speaks different languages. But yeah, in the city, yeah, fine. Yes, it's generally okay. But yeah, just getting back into the countryside. We're 3.5, 4 hours out of the main city there, so yeah, just a little tiny hamlet by a river over.
Yeah, copy. That sounds great, Robert. Yeah. Where I live, Davao City, it's a very built-up sort of area. In fact, in terms of area, it's the biggest city in the world. But that's only because the town planners, when they originally put the city together, just drew a great big circle, and that was all the city. So it's a bit of a Swiss, really. Some of it's forest and farm area, but it's still regarded as a city. I've made quite an effort to learn the local language, but I find it very hard. It's a lot easier maybe to speak French or that sort of European language, because some of the words are going to be the same or you'll understand the roots. But the grammar and construction here is very different, so I find it very hard. It's like Yoda speaking, it's backwards, covered in the thing put, so it's not easy for a British person, particularly an older one, but I made a slight effort, but not doing so well. Hi. I wonder if you tried with the Thai language. Back to you.
Yes, fine. Yeah, when you're over there, it comes to you. Follow it. Understand more than speaking. But yeah, just a bit sweaty cat. And yeah, generally you can get through on the local markets and that. So yeah, we have a local market in the hamlet each morning. So if you're there around 5 o'clock, you get everything fresh, the fish, the meat, and everything. So everything you can get each day there, Scott. So, but to go into the nearest town is probably about 35-minute drive, 40-minute drive. So the big sort of supermarkets and do-it-yourself places. Golf Whiskey 6 Sierra Tango Kilo over.
Yeah, I'll copy, Robert. It's probably the same as here, you know. There's one of the great things about living in this part of the Philippines is that Mindanao, where I am, is the breadbasket of the Philippines. So there's so much fresh produce here. I mean, absolutely fresh. When you go to market, there's big piles of pineapple and jackfruit and guava and bananas. There's lots of bananas grown here. The cabbage banana, the big ones that you get in the shops in the UK. But actually, the people here feed those to pigs. I hate to tell you all, but they have a little banana, a tiny little one, called the Highland banana, and it's much sweeter. It's a tiny little thing, but you can immediately taste the difference, and you understand what the locals are on about. But I'm sure it's the same with you. The local market's very fresh. One of the advantages to living here. Back to you.
We have both of them here, but generally the smaller ones, and yeah, they generally get fed to the monkeys in the temples and that. If you go into the local temple on a Sunday, we usually take a few along with us. And yeah, the monkeys appreciate those. They go mad for them. But yeah, we've got four banana trees in the garden. So yeah, they're the small banana type over.
Yeah, it must be nice to see the monkeys. You know, the fresh fruit and vegetables, that is a big plus. But for me, I kind of like animals. The negative side is that you really don't see wildlife in this area. I guess in the jungle in central Mindanao there must be lots, but where I go, I hardly see wildlife, I hardly see birds. Why that should be, I don't know. Probably all around Davao City there's hectares and hectares, and thousands of hectares of banana plantations, and they do a lot of aerial spraying. You see tiny little planes spraying up and down continually, so I suppose that hasn't helped the wildlife. But that's a disappointment. I haven't seen monkeys in the wild here, for example. That's something I'd like to see, but I bet you do in Thailand. Back to you.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, an awful lot, especially around at the different temples. And yeah, if you go down south to the islands there as well. A friend of ours came out to stop with us for a month, and we took him down the island. Just one big island that's just the wildlife on it. And we drove the boat up onto the beach, and loads of them, about 50, came down onto the beach. That's after the bananas. So yep, all good fun. But where we are, by the river, I said, the wildlife is fairly tremendous. The amount of different birds. So yeah, a few times I've taken the iPad here down to the river, and I've been speaking to different people, and they've been hearing the different bird calls in the background. So yeah, it's yeah, a fair amount, especially the main crops of our place is rice. So there's acres and acres of, well, hectares, isn't it, of rice fields, which is mostly gathered in during for the government. The government usually harvest most of it all. So yeah, on the farm, if you want some rice for lunch, you generally get it from the shop outside, because all the crop goes to the government. But yeah, plenty of different things, and as you say, all the fruit and wildlife that lives in the paddy fields over.
Yeah, it sounds great. Well, sadly, I'm back at the QTH now, and with stuff I've got to take care of, but it's been very nice to catch up with you, and I'm sure we'll talk again. So this station, Delta Uniform 9/Golf 6, Oscar Juliet Bravo, just listening for any final, and then going QRT for a while. 7-3, Robert.
Quick one before you stop, before you disappear.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, hi Scott, it's PG. I just wanted to let you know that your audio, 90% distortion coming through on the All-Star system. And, you know, what I mean is everything's staying is distorted. You've got too much audio coming from the receiver being fed into the ADC. I guess the other guys probably may not be hearing that on Echolink or whatever, but it's very, very distorted. I just thought you'd like to know.
Thanks for that, Peter. I've just set up a Motorola GM340. It sounded okay on the Parrot, and as far as I'm aware, but yeah, I'm really pleased with the audio report. I guess I just turn it down a little bit in the ham white visit. Back to you.
Yeah, I've set a lot of those up. I'm quite familiar with the way they work. The best way to get the best audio out of those on your CM108 is a 1K to ground, and then a 20K resistor in series with the audio output, and that's a nice attenuator, that is. And then your ham voice, to leave that up as high as you can get it, you know, that'll be about 800 or 900, and then you can use all the dynamic range up. So it's very, very distorted, so it's just tipping quite badly. But certainly, I've just been out shopping actually. I've been listening on the streaming audio. I've not been able to get back in. I've just got back home and rushed up to the shack to let you know. But yeah, well, you could try adjusting it there, but it to me sounds like you've got too much. The voltage swing is too high coming out of the radio, so you just need to reduce that down a bit with some attenuation, and then it'll clean it up quite nicely. 7-3, Scott, all the best from sunny Portsmouth. This is G7RPG.
Thanks, Peter. I couldn't bother you to email those details so as I can do that 100%. But I appreciate the signal report anyway, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Give me 5 minutes. I'll just draw it out in a bit for you. Bye for now.
Right, okay, thanks. But, yeah, I'm on Fusion, and yeah, it's like a background noise. It's not as bad as what it was on the other frequency. I think that it's lots of distortion, but yeah, I'm just getting, you know, like a bad overdriven on it. Stop. Okay, all the best, and yeah, we'll hook up with you. If I don't hook up with you before we fly out, I'll give you a shout, Hotel Sierra. So yeah, all the best to the both of you there, to the other half, and we'll catch you again soon, Scott. Golf Whiskey 6 Sierra Tango Kilo, over.
Great, Robert, 7-3.
RPG, if you're still monitoring, G7M at YI.
Yeah, I most certainly am. Good morning. Yes, it is just still morning by 9 seconds. Good morning, Alan. How are things further down the coast?
Okay there, PT, yes, good morning to you. Just wanted to pick your brains a bit, if I may, if you got time. I'm coming into the system now via one of the local repeaters in analog on Echolink, and just wondering what my audio is like. I came into HubNet yesterday via a local Fusion gateway. The report I got was that I was saying very digital, which I was, you know. But I wondered how this audio compared now, Peter. And I'm still on my deviation for this local repeater. Did I ought to be on narrow, could you tell me? So back to you from G7MYI.
Good afternoon. Good morning. 12 o'clock p.m.
Yeah, okay, Alan. Yeah, I can see you coming in through GB3DT. The audio sounds good. I can hear its echo link because it's got a slightly reduced frequency response on All-Star. And I did hear you yesterday coming in on YZ, and I thought it sounded you know, when the digital voice isn't as good as the analog voice, and you know, when you're on the All-Star side, you sort of get used to hearing everything in you know, FM stereo, and then when you kind of switch to when it's something that's not quite as good, I think people can you know, sense the difference. Sort of I guess D-Star sounds a bit like AM, you know, in comparison to FM stereo, and the digital voice sounds a bit like DRM's pretty good. It's not quite as good, but it you know, it's perfectly formed, and I don't have any problems whatsoever. I actually quite often listen on the D4FM handset, just because I kind of like the way it sort of quantizes everything and reproduces it, so it all sounds the same. I can't really sort of smooth out the cracks. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but no, it was sounding fine. I heard you through, I forget what I think it's Simplex node, but it sounded fine. We've got no problems at all. It's just when you compare one with the other that you spot the difference. Back to you.
MM6 MOT.
I think there was a break there, Peter. So break acknowledged. Okay, well, many thanks for your time there, Peter. I know you want to get away to help guy. He was sounding, his audio was okay through this Echolink connection. His audio was okay, fine most of the time, but it was almost like you said, too much audio gain. I don't know too much about how the system works, but it's almost as though it was just in old terminology over-deviating a bit. But otherwise, sort of 50% of his audio was fine. But anyway, I'll follow back to you on that, Peter. Thanks ever so much for the help. Look forward to hearing you again, and what should I say? Keep up the good work. Many, many thanks. Thank you then, Peter, and I think there was another ground station, G7MYI.
Yeah, okay, Alan, no problem, good to hear you out there. And there was another station that I called in there, and it sounded like he was on digital, so this would be a good opportunity for you to hear the difference. I believe it was MM6 NRK coming in on DMR. Go ahead, G7RPG.
Okay, thanks very much. This is MM6 NRK. Location will be corporate. Could you please give me your call thing again there? For a little bit.
Yeah, my call sign is G7RPG, Golf 7 Romeo Papa Golf.
Hotel and RPG, yep, the first person I said would be Jared. The Golf, Echo, Romeo Alpha, Romeo Delta. It's one wee quick question. I can recruit the All-Star reflector here. Is you 4 FM over here?
Negative, no. I'm on All-Star, analog All-Star. The previous gentleman that was speaking, Alan, he's on FM, coming into his local repeater, GB3 Delta Tango, and that gets into the All-Star system via Echolink. But you can come into the hub, the All-Star, which is an analog-based system, but we've got connections out to the DMR network, also to WireX, C4FM, SDS, and C4FM WireX, and also D-Star as well. So basically it covers all of the popular modes. Back to you. Thank you.
All the 5 hours, remember, are local, if it's 4 miles from me there. And but you're sounding very, very nice and clear there here.
Yeah, okay, thanks for the report. Well, I'm going to have to go, unfortunately, because I've just got back from a shopping trip, and I want to get all my stuff loaded into the fridge and freezer. I only quickly came on to catch somebody, and then somebody else called me, and now you called me, so I want to just quickly disappear. But thanks for the shout. You have a good afternoon there. This is G7RPG, now clear with MM6. Okay, bye-bye.
G7 RPG MM6 MFK James here. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
G7MYR and M6CGS.
M6DGS from G7MYI.
Yes, good morning to you, Alan. David here in South Beach. I've been trying to get hold of you for a few days, and again this morning on Tuesday just couldn't make any breakthrough to you at all, so I decided to come on to Xlink and connect the DC satellite. See that you're also coming through the All-Star system. But anyway, you've obviously heard me at long last, so I'll get back to you, and I'm not quite sure who else is on the net, so sorry if I'm interrupting. on Mike 6 Chepstow.
BCS from T7MYI. Okay there, David. Well, sorry you had those getting through to me. Anyway, good to hear this morning. I think I heard you call in a couple of times on this network. But anyway, yeah, good to catch up with you now. I just thought I'd have a little play this morning. Or is it this morning? Yes, it started off this morning. On the Echolink facility on 3DT and coming to HubNet via that means compared to yesterday when I came in via Fusion or Gateway. And it was nice to catch up with Peter there, who I think runs Link. So that was good. I take it you're coming in. How are you accessing the system, David? Are you coming in on your laptop via Echolink? I'm still trying to get my head around all of this, but what with this and thinking about how the network radios are all coming on board, I'm getting a mite confused. But anyway, I wonder if you could just confirm how you're accessing HubNet there, David. Are you on your laptop and coming in via Echolink under M6DGS, C7MYI?
M6DGS coming back. Yes, well, good morning to everybody else or anybody else that's met here. I haven't got a full list that's coming up, but I can see everybody else connected to HubCat and something else. Can't see what that is. But, anyway, I've been able to hear everybody who is perfectly, except for the one gentleman that did have a quite short on this signal, but was readable. And yes, Alan, I'm using my laptop at the moment, and I'm accessing the DC repeater via Echolink, and therefore I can see where it is connected to. I can see it was connected to the other call signs that I just mentioned, and maybe others are all also in their own turn connected to that. It's all great fun, isn't it, really? But anyway, you're coming with me, Alan. Very nice quality audio, and everybody else sounds very good on there as well. So nice to hear some new voices myself, and nice to make contact with you again there, Alan. Nothing in particular, only just keeping in touch, Alan, because I've been out of it for 22 days, week before last, and haven't managed to get back into the swing of things. So anyway, helmet days ago, so thought I'd have a little dabble. I'll get back to D7MYI with the group from M6 BCS.
M6DGS, C7MYI. Okay, David, all understood. All understood. It's good to hear you anyway. A glorious morning, isn't it? I think you've got the same. We've got more dawn blue skies. Having said that, there's a little bit of cloud bubbling up from the west, but they're very mild, isn't it? I think very mild indeed. So can't be bad. Okay. Well, if time allows, David, if you're not in a rush to get away, I was going to do a little test. I was going to disconnect here, or not disconnect, but to go over to Fusion Gateway and come in again on Fusion and see how you think the two signals compare. So have you got a moment if I do that, providing nobody else wants to use the system? I'll do that as quick as I can. Would that be okay, David? Over.
I've got time here, Alan. Presumably, you just want me to remain connected to PC as I already am, so I won't need to make any changes. If you want me to go over to the other receiver, I'm quite happy to do that, but I'll have to go into the other room. Anyway, I hope I'm not holding anybody else up, but I'm not quite sure who else is on here. But anyway, I'll get back to you and I'm sure you'll see some flight control for me. From M62, MYI,
M62, 7MYI. Yes, if you could remain here, David, that would be great. And I'll come into you via the full gateway, and then you can perhaps give me a comparison as to how I sound. So it's just strange listening to myself coming out of the full gateway at the moment. I sound a little bit distorted, I think. So anyway, I'll come back to you David, if you hang on where you are. That'll be great. G7NYI.
G7NYI from M0NFI.
G7NYI quickly returning. Yes, were you calling me? I do apologise, I sort of half turned the volume down. G7NYI.
Yeah, very good afternoon to you, Neil at this end, NFI. I was just listening to you and you were looking for audio reports. I can see that you're coming through on an echoing connection from GB3DC. You're extremely loud. I don't know if you're loud into that repeater, but the other gentleman on that repeater doesn't sound too bad. But you're distorted very much over the old star network.
Okay, many thanks. Would it pay me to go to narrow deviation on this repeater, do you think? Over.
M0 NFI return. I suspect it's probably just yourself into that repeater. I missed the call time with the other gentleman. I picked something up. He sounded a lot quieter and a lot nicer to listen to. It's yourself very distorted. Over.
Returning. Okay, many thanks. I've got a report from G7RPG just now that the audio sounded okay, but I will actually now come into the system via Fusion, but I can drop the audio gain down on my setup. Obviously, it's usually okay when I'm using the repeater, you know, for normal local work, but perhaps my level of audio is too great for the present connection. So thanks so much for letting me know. It is appreciated. You don't know these things unless somebody says to you. But if you can bear with me just for the moment, I'll just go over to Fusion and come in, and we can do a comparison there. G7NYI.
M0 NFI return. Yeah, I should be listening for a short while. Feel free to give me a call when you come back, and I'll tell you what it's like comparison wise. M0 NFI going back to listening. Thank you.
NFI, just a quick one. Could you tell me how you're accessing the system? Your audio is very strong, but very clear and very good. Can you tell me how you're accessing the HubNet system? Over.
M0 NFI return. Yeah, I'm accessing through my repeater DB3CS in Nelson, in Lancashire. I also had a listen to you on another gateway as well, comparison, and you were coming through pretty loud on everything I can listen to. Over.
Okay then, so where's your repeater analog or digital? Could you tell me? Over.
NFI return. No, it's a proper analog FM 70 sound aerospace repeater. So I listen to it all the time, so I'm used to what it sounds like. And there's a massive difference in audio levels between yourself and the other station that we're talking with, even though you're both on the same repeater. So that suggests that the issue's probably with yourself.
Yeah, Roger. Yes, I was coming in via RF to our local repeater, but my friend David, M6DGS, is accessing via his computer. So there is a slight. So are you accessing HubNet on the All-Star system or Echolink? I wonder. Over.
M0NFM10. Yeah, I am talking through using the Yaesu 8900, and I'm accessing the repeater on RF. I'm actually just looking, the repeater that you're using is on the exact same frequency as my repeater, B0 output. So, yeah, all RF for me.
Yeah, all understood. Sorry to labour the point, but is the repeater then connected to HubNet via the All-Star system or via Echolink? Over.
M0NFI return. All-Star, it actually uses an All-Star controller to control the repeater itself. So it's an ICOM repeater with externally controlled with an All-Star controller. It does have Echolink facilities for inputting into Echolink, but at the moment coming through on analog FM into the FM repeater and then onto the All-Star network, HubNet. That's how I'm accessing at the moment. Whereas the repeater you're using, GB3DT, is -R Echolink connection, is connected to M0HOY-L HubNet to Echolink bridge.
M0 anyone?
Returning. Yes, okay, yeah, all understood. Yes, so follow the all that. It was the point about your connection that I was trying to ferret out, whether it was Echolink or All-Star, and so that's the bit I was trying to ferret out, if you know what I mean. Okay, then, thanks for your patience. I'll go clear now on this one, but I will access HubNet via my local fusion gateways to see how it compares. But all points noted about coming across very distorted. So my apologies, and we'll see what we can do to rectify that. Just for all your help. So I'll clear it now and then move over to fusion. G7MYI.
If I return, I'll be waiting for any reports if you want. Going back to standby.
M0 anymore?
M0NEY, M0NFI, very good afternoon to you.
Hi Neil, afternoon to you as well, afternoon to the station. It's Dave, M0NEY. I just sort of station, I completely agree with it. happily listening to Paul's conversation, listening to Lowe's speaking to people as well. And really it's distorted quite badly. I get to hear what he's actually saying half the time. Just wonder whether he's on 25k spacing instead of 12.5k spacing going through that particular repeater. And it was a radio set on narrow FM rather than wide. Thought. Back to you, Neil. I mean, there couldn't be anything wrong with the repeater because it's received HLY repeater. And like you said, your station collision send repeaters in, sounded fine. Back to you, Neil, 10-0 when you want.
While we're giving honest audio reports, you sound like you're trying to chase the dog in a hurricane.
Yeah, you're quite right. Blowing gale here, very windy. And out on a fast walk, nearly jogging, halfway and out of breath. It's exercise at the moment. Not too much further before I'm so. Don't apologise about that one, but that's the reason why it's down a bit with the descent. The wind's come now, it's going down the street. So it's just fucking acting like an old steam train. See if I can do it anyway.
At 0 NFI return, I knew exactly what it was you were doing. It's something that happens. You pass your amateur radio licence, they give you the certificate, a bear thing and a dog, and you have to keep all three for life, these. The modern amateur.
There, Neil, and you don't seem to be too strong into repeaters, which is weird, because I would imagine your repeaters very close to home QK, might be somewhere else. Don't know. No, not got a dog space. Haven't got one of those. The wife and kids wanted one, but we never got one. So just looking at it from what I like him, and to tell you caravans as well. There's too much dog over there. Anyway, how are you? Not so long time to approach you on the 10-0 anyway.
I'm just dying of some minor cold that I'm hoping will be a bit clearer before I go back to work tomorrow night. It's the usual 12 days off, halfway through start feeling pretty naff and then don't get a great deal done. I've just swapped to my gateway, which is in the same building as me. I tend to listen to my repeater to make sure it's being a good boy. And it is. I receive just about 5 from people, so sometimes I might not sound too firm into it. I was actually listening to it earlier, and I could hear 2 ladies' voices, and I thought that's something. So I had to switch the repeater off so I could listen to them. They were riding horses somewhere, talking on 433 Meg Dead, which I thought was quite interesting.
Yeah, that's great. With a license, with a giving call sign there. Now, was not supposed to run that frequency, I wonder. And, okay. In fact, not supposed to run that frequency, yeah, because we're on the repeater frequency on that one. That's what was it. Oh, yeah. What's going on? There's just quite a little bit of glitchiness occasionally when you transmission. As if, well, I don't know, to be honest. As if it's an internet issue. But you are a lot louder, a lot clearer on that gateway, or your personal mode, whatever it was. So the repeater sounded like it was on a handheld just 7 miles down the road. So we'll talk about that. Now you're distracting and thinking what's going on. 10-0 anyway.
Yeah, I'm on the 2-metre gateway at the moment. As I said before, if people don't tell you that you sound a bit naff, you don't know, you can't do anything about it. So it's never nasty or malicious when you say to somebody, sound like they're chasing a dog in a hurricane. It's because we need to know, don't we?
Yes, my opinion entirely. You don't tell anybody you've got an issue, so carry on. And sounding naff, and everybody becomes thinking it, but not saying it, which isn't any good at all, is it? you all, at the end of the day, want to sound the best we can do on the radio. Not that we can all sound perfect. I'm perfect, I can tell the wife that. You seem to agree with me though. But yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Totally agree. And I'd be disappointed if someone told me that I sounded naff or something sort of issue that I had. Right, not too far from home now. Probably heard the motorbike going now. It's only probably about another 5 to 10 minutes to go and I'll be down, grab some lunch and on to the next job. And it's my day for the moment as well. I just work, I normally work 10 days, but I cut that one short. I normally work Monday all the way following Wednesday. But I prefer the holiday days in this week, so I've got 7 days off time to go back to work next Monday, so I'm trying to do a free job at 10:0 anyway.
On my, I'm a bit loud, aren't I? On my gateway controller here, I've got the U-meter, 3 green, a yellow and a red light. You've probably seen similar things, and I think the idea of Peter, he's got them on some of his and Steve has, and it means that when you, even if you're not listening to somebody, like, say, there's 2 gentlemen before coming in off the same repeater, that was just nicely lighting up the greens with the occasional, well, and the other gentleman that I said was loud, he was right up there on the red light all the time. So it's good because it's not just my ears or my radio that you're listening to. You can physically see a difference between people coming into the game. So I find that quite useful. And I looked at myself and I backed off the mic a little bit.
Yeah, that sounds good. Like I say, it's a good indicator, isn't it? But yeah, it did sound distorted. It sounds distorted from hearing him when he was speaking to Peter, and there's another guy he was speaking to as well. I could hear everybody that was speaking to understand what he was saying. It doesn't help if I've been using a little boat saying UB5R with one of the little piece microphones. That makes it work. So I was struggling quite a bit. But in comparison to Peter and the other guy, so I was sounding perfectly okay. I'm sure I'll get it sorted out. Maybe something simple on the second night. It might be on 25 rather than 12. Or it might be on wideband rather than narrow. Just got forward to 12.5 cable, narrow band. Just give us something simple. Let me know. You can ask. Right, anyway, Neil. I've passed the broken down. I'll be there within a minute. I'm going to say 7 3, just to speak to me. Someone kept speaking broken down some point of time. I just want to speak down. I won't have anyway. 10-0 anyway.
I've just switched back to the repeater now to see what the difference is on the fairy lights. It is actually quieter, I can see that. It might be a little bit louder now. I was going to say something and I've forgotten. Oh, it was coming into a narrow space 77 repeater, so they are the only ones that are wide deviation still. So you should be on wide. I suspect it was just very loud into his microphone.
It was coming into a narrow band, 7 centimetres. Narrow band, 7 centimetres repeater.
No, a narrow space, sorry, a 1.6 spacing. It's the same frequency pair as mine, 433 plus 1.6, and they're the ones that are wide FM still. The 7.6 split and the 9 meg split, they're all on narrow deviation. So he couldn't be on the wrong deviation, he sounds too loud.
Okay, well, you just told us that I wasn't aware of it. But me not having a repeater, I thought that all the repeaters for quite a while was always on 4.5 cases, and taking advantage of it. I thought they always flip over the relevance of the
the weight of the 4.6 or 10.0, whatever it is, 10.6 or what. So I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that. So you knew that. I thought everybody changed over into the caravan station. Anyway, I'm at the M2 page now, so it's all a bit close shortly. So I don't grab signal. And see what I can do next. Good features, that's later. Thank you very much. Speak to you again soon. Have a good afternoon. M0NFI back to listening.
M6NYB listening through DT.
Missed that call sign again then, sorry. That, was it G7MYI?
Negative, it was Mike 6, November, Yankee, Bravo. Name here is Morgan.
I was thinking of the other gentleman. Very good afternoon to you. You were speaking before when I really jumped in to give the G7MYI an audio report. I apologise.
Negative, I just got in the car. I'm just outside of Blandford, heading towards Hull.
Zero NFI returning. Yeah, the name's Neil at this end. As you can tell, I'm having a bad day. I'm going to blame it on the cold. Probably sound roughly, but that's my excuse for having brain issues this afternoon.
Then might be returning. Yeah, no, it's getting to that time of the year, isn't it? Unfortunately, I've got a tour coming up, so I've got to take lots of medicine with me just in case. The standard lemon sip and nasal spray and all that gubbins. But yeah, no, unfortunately, it's getting to that time of the year, but it soon passes.
Say to you that you're a theatre technician. What sort of a tour are you going on?
It's a Welsh tour up, up in Wales. That was a stupid statement. But it's a musical theatre sort of tour, which I believe will be great fun.
Welsh tour, I suppose I shouldn't ask if it's got therapeutic music to calm sheep in it, should I?
I haven't actually heard the show, but it wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, no, I'm going up on the 22nd, so I'll soon get to know it, I think. I don't speak Welsh personally, so it's going to be interesting for me, not knowing half of the show, but yeah, I'm sure I'll come to grips with it halfway through the tour.
Works well for you. Ooh, I'm going to say that again. Something went funny then. I hope you have a good tour and everything works well for you. And I'm going to just disappear now. The kettle's calling. I wanted to disappear when I came back to you. So hopefully you'll find someone else to talk to. And I'll speak to you again. Thank you very much. I'm 73. M0NFI. Going back to listening for now.
So I might be returning. Yeah, no worries. Have a lovely and hopefully speak to you soon. M6MYB going back to listening on DT. 7:30. M6MYB returning. Sorry, your signal's quite low. I'm struggling to hear you a bit. Can you repeat your call sign again, please?
Call sign is 2 Echo 0 15
Echo 0 Whiskey Sierra Romeo.
0 Whiskey Sierra Romeo, I believe it was. Your signal is about a 1 and readability is about a 1 as well. I'm getting very bad audio from you. I think it's your distance repeater. If you can hear me though, I will try to contact you later, or you're welcome to contact me again. You can also check me up on QRZ if you want to chat. Yeah, to hopefully clearer situations if there might be.
Yeah, Roger, especially the same reason that working through all these different repeaters. I'm over in Somerset and working through UBC355CLT. But there we go. I was just going to say that you're in my old stomping ground. I used to live around that area. But never mind, we'll try and catch up again sometime. To Echo 0 Whiskey Sierra Romeo.
30 WSR, yeah. I managed to pick up the odd words of that. Talking distance, only just though. I think maybe a slightly higher antenna might help. But yeah. Yeah, lovely speaking to you today, and speak to you soon hopefully. 7-3.
0 WSR from G7MYI, and good afternoon tomorrow again, but G7MYI standing by for 20 WSR.
Yes,